CBS News has learned the White House was directly involved in the sudden firing of a federal prosecutor in California. Former Assistant U.S. Attorney Adam Schleifer was fired via email Friday. He worked at the Justice Department for a combined 7 years, according to his LinkedIn page. He left the DOJ for about a year in 2019 to run for Congress as a Democrat in New York, and he was critical of President Trump during his campaign. A second federal prosecutor working in Memphis was reportedly fired one day before Schleifer and in the same abrupt fashion. In a statement, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says, quote, "The White House, in coordination with the Department of Justice, has dismissed more than 50 U.S. attorneys and deputies in the past few weeks. The American people deserve a judicial branch full of honest arbiters of the law who want to protect democracy, not subvert it." CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen joins us now. Jake, what do we know about Schleifer and the circumstances of his firing?
Well, we know that he did get a short email from the White House and the political arm of the White House, which does the political hirings and firings within the administration. This is a very unusual step. Unprecedented would be one word, rare is another. But that basically this has never happened in modern history, especially in the way that it happened over the weekend and in recent days. About an hour after conspiracy theorist Laura Loomer posted some dug up internet quotes from Mr. Schleifer about from his congressional run criticizing President Trump. He called Schleifer a Trump hater and singled out that he went back to the Department of Justice after he lost his congressional primary in New York. He got an email, brief email from the White House saying that he was fired. He's someone who worked on a securities fraud task force in California, investigating people who are accused of, artificially inflating the value of their businesses and things like that. It's just a very fascinating thing that we've really started to see happen here, where instead of the chain of command, even a firing coming from someone in the U.S. Attorney's Office out in California where he worked, this was just basically a one-line sentence saying that you're done after someone got to the White House, probably and likely showing them what Laura Loomer and others have come up with.
Jake, a judge also has blocked the Trump administration's attempt to end temporary protective status for more than 350,000 Venezuelans. What happens now?
Well, this is likely to get appealed for sure. There have not been many appeals, at least in these specific cases of the Trump administration rolling back temporary protective status. But you'll remember, obviously, Lindsay, this comes in the context of the arguments in front of Judge Boasberg here in D.C. That case was out in California. There are 350,000 people who, as of next week, would have their protections here gone. And as we know, with the Trump administration's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act, a lot of those people, under the way that the Trump administration has attempted to do it, would either be at will or at possibly deported under regular immigration policies or potentially the Alien Enemies Act. If it were not for this judge's decision, it would likely be Judge Boasberg's decision, at least halting some of those deportations.
The DOJ will also soon draw up plans for reductions in force. What could that look like?
Well, likeliest the situation from our colleagues here at CBS News is that there is some consideration right now to merge the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, with the ATF. The ATF is a government organization that the conservative wing here in America obviously has really tried to get rid of. They see it as unnecessary. It was something that Donald Trump teased at a number of campaign rallies in the last 2 or 3 years. Kash Patel is currently in charge of it, who's the FBI director. That really shows you the value that what Donald Trump thinks about, to kind of put ahead on the chessboard to kind of combine these organizations. In addition to that, we're expecting potentially some big cuts to the public integrity sector, which goes after things like deportations, in addition to things like agencies within the Civil Rights Department in the U.S., and potentially things like funding for programs against violence against women.
Jake Rosen, thank you.